What's going on, guys? Welcome to Comic Island. My name is Joey and these are the top 10 facts that you need to know before reading Convergence. So let's not waste any time and let's jump right into the facts. Convergence is DC's mega event for 2015 and will run for 2 months from the beginning of April to the end of May. All the regular DC titles will go on a hiatus and will be replaced with a Convergence title until we get the finale of this event. In a story point of view, Convergence is the product of Brainiac collecting cities throughout DC's history, which includes pre-Flashpoint characters and even characters from Elseworld stories such as Kingdom Come and Captain Carrot and the Zoo Crew. And in Convergence, characters from different timelines will either fight each other or team up for various stories. Convergence has been building up ever since Future's End and Earth 2 World's End, but during Booster Gold Future's End, we discovered that a young Booster Gold has given up the location to Vanishing Point to Brainiac's robots. Now we are led to believe that Brainiac has achieved his goal in finding the location of Vanishing Point. In the DCU, Vanishing Point is a dimension that lies outside of the normal space-time continuum. From here, Brainiac could access any timeline, a time stream, a universe, and so on. There are 3 comics that I recommend checking out before jumping into Convergence: Superman Doomed, Earth 2 World's End, and Future's End. Since we don't have time to recap the entire issue series, I'm going to give you a rundown of what happens at the end of each of these stories. Superman Doom shows us what happens when we get an amalgamation between Superman and Doomsday, dubbed Super Doom. Along with his allies, Super Doom battles Brainiac, who is trying to save the multiverse in his own twisted way. Superman comes out victorious like every other time, but he gets blasted off to some unknown place. Brainiac is sucked into a black hole and is left wandering the multiverse and witnesses several past iterations of the DCU, including the pre-Flashpoint universe. Future's End follows Terry McGinnis, the Batman from the future, traveling to the past to stop Brother Eye's ascension. With the combined efforts of Earth's heroes, Brother Eye still won at the end, but not before we saw a glimpse of Brainiac attempting to steal Manhattan to be added to his personal collection. Superman returns from a personal exile to save the day, leaving Brainiac captured and imprisoned. Meanwhile, in Earth 2, Darkseid manages to conquer the planet and defeat the heroes from this Earth. The world is not yet destroyed, but conquered. Fortunately, many heroes along with the refugees of Earth manages to escape their dying world, but not all are so lucky. Batman, Superman, Flash, Green Lantern, and Grayson, along with a crashed ship full of refugees, are now slaves to their own world. Brainiac has been a busy bee. He has taken cities from across the DC time stream and imprisoned them under domes in a world outside of time and space. But he has gone missing, presumably after his defeat in Future's End, so the World Incarnate has stepped in to do his master's bidding. Because of this villain, we gotta assume that the new 52 Superman will play a pivotal role in all of this. And from Convergence issues 0 and 1, we now know that the Earth 2 heroes will be playing a center role in all of this. But this is the first time DC has ever attempted to bring in 75 years of history into one mega event. We will be seeing faces that we haven't seen ever since Infinite Crisis or Year 1 and much more. A statement from Dan DiDio can sum everything up very nicely. Worlds live, worlds die, and nothing will ever be the same. Here in Convergence, we will follow the worlds that die. They now have a chance of redemption because Brainiac has stolen these cities before their destruction and brought them to a place outside of time and space. When it comes down to it, Brainiac is a collector of worlds. There has been many incarnations of this popular Superman villain in DC history. But ever since the beginning, he was known to be the guy that stole entire cities, shrinking them and putting them away so he could learn more about the universe. Well, this time, we are led to believe that he found the location of Vanishing Point, where he can travel and collect cities from anywhere or when in the DC timeline. And he has stashed the cities away under domes in a world outside of time and space. But the day will come when the domes will open up. Brainiac has used the world out of time and space to store his bottled cities. In this story, he has placed them under domes. The heroes and villains living inside these domes do not have access to their powers and have been in these domes for about 1 year. But once the domes are lifted, powers will return to the heroes and villains who had lost them. With Brainiac's disappearance, presumably from his defeat at the end of Future's End, the planet Incarnate has gained sentience and formed a body. We call this jailer Telos. The void that Brainiac left behind is filled by the planet incarnate, Telos. He understands Brainiac's needs, motivations, but he has plans of his own. Characters will fight for their very lives. Telos has made it his personal mission to weigh the heroes' fitness, determine their readiness to return to the DCU. They gotta earn their place back in the multiverse, and only one will survive. This event will last for 2 months, spanning across 9 main issues and 40 two-shot tie-ins. If you are a veteran reader that never got an answer to Renee Montoya's question, then this is the perfect time to jump back into comics. How about what happens if you pit the 1960s crime syndicate against the DC 1 million Justice League? And if that isn't exciting enough, how would you react when your dead father returns from the grave? Not literally. Thomas Wayne from Earth 2 seeks the help from his son, the Batman from pre-Flashpoint. We always have to keep an eye on Superman because he has defeated Brainiac more times than I can count, but Convergence writer Jeff King has stated that the Earth 2 heroes will get their time to shine in this event. Clark Kent Superman is gone and believed to be dead, and this Kryptonian pacifist has taken on the responsibilities of the Man of Steel. He swore to a life of non-violence, but his oath is shattered as he witnesses his friends being brutally beaten by Darkseid, a recent college graduate who gained the powers from the dying god Mercury. This man never became Robin, but is very adept at hand-to-hand combat from his training with Ted Grant. His wife died on Earth 2, but his son survived in one of the escaped refugee ships. Thomas Wayne survived the mugging those many years ago that left his wife dead. His son Bruce grows up to take on the mantle of Batman and joins the heroes in defending Earth against Apocalypse. But things didn't go well for Batman. Out of guilt of his son's death, Thomas takes on the mantle of Batman to defend Gotham and his world. A powerful businessman that harnesses the power of the green flame, which connects all organic life on Earth. Alan Scott harnesses the power of green, which means Yolanda Montez can do the same for red, which harnesses the power of animal life. She gave up her powers, but from her actions in Convergence issue 1, we are led to believe that the power might still be with her. Nothing is set in stone, so we gotta take a look at the June solicitations for clues. Batman Eternal will return for the second half of the year after a long hiatus, along with other popular series such as Aquaman, Wonder Woman, Justice League, The Flash, and many more titles. But we get new issue 1 series as well, such as Batmite, Bizarro, Batman Beyond, and much more. Interesting enough, we will get Earth 2 Society issue 1. This is a potential spoiler for the heroes of Earth 2, so be warned. The description reads, the survivors of Earth 2's war with Apocalypse finds himself on a new world, but can Green Lantern, a new Batman, Power Girl, and the other heroes create a new world? Or will their interference doom this world, just like their old one? From the description, we gotta assume that at least some of the heroes survive Convergence, but what do they mean by the word new Batman? This doesn't look good for Thomas Wayne. This is pure speculation, but if we are to assume that Thomas Wayne will not be leaving Convergence alive, then Dick Grayson from Earth 2 looks to be the strongest candidate for this new Batman. June's solicitations for DC's revamped lineup of regular titles shows that the DCU is mostly going back to its pre-Convergence status, but the line has a loose continuity, and that leaves every door open for various timelines and Earths to be part of the DC comics in the future. We also have to take note that DC will stop using their New 52 insignia. Ever since 2011, we had a good 4 years of the New 52 stories, so what does this mean for the new universe and what heroes will survive the Convergence? Well folks, this is where you have to stay tuned, return to Comic Island and find out what happens next. Me and Arden will be bringing you coverage of this event as it unfolds. Alrighty guys, thank you so much for watching and I hope you learned something new from this video. So now, you are ready to jump into Convergence issue 0. Thank you so much for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time in another Comic Island video.